another episode of Sideline Warnings. I am your host today, Elijah Flau, always joined by JT Jeff Thomas and Maddie V. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode. And like always, let's buckle up our helmets, put in our mouthpieces, and let's get rolling. The last couple episodes, it was prom season, and we did a lot of talking and analyzing about prom. But now it's graduation season. Fellas, what is the appropriate attire for graduation? Also, shout out to the class of 2024, elementary school, middle school, kindergarten going to first grade, high school. You're getting your AA, JUCO, university. Shout out to the class of 2024. Please let us know what you guys are wearing to your graduation. Fellas, let me know.
Is that a Kobe year?
That is the Kobe year. Kobe year.
Or is it 2008 is the Kobe year?
I don't know, actually.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Kobe year.
I think graduation, I mean, you can always go with the, polo shirt, khakis.
Polo shirt.
Polo shirt. Well, you have your gown over.
Yeah.
You know,
wear a
shirt.
button up and a tie?
No, I mean, it depends on what the grad is. Like, I mean, your kindergarten kid, mom is definitely putting you in what's it called?
Let him defend himself first.
Kindergarten.
Okay.
You got the button up a little bit.
Okay.
You got the khakis. Mom's putting you in the comb over.
Yeah.
Easy.
Okay. So then you're getting to high school, your 8th grade graduation. Okay. You're probably trying to fit in, be looking cool. Okay. And you maybe have like a t-shirt, jeans type deal.
Wait, what do you wear to your middle school promotion?
Oh, the 5th grade?
Yeah. That's a thing.
5th grade.
I still feel like you're in the same suit as you were as a kid. Your mom still picked out your outfit in 5th grade.
Yeah.
See, I didn't have to go through this. I went to private Catholic school.
Me too.
It was kindergarten through 12.
Yep.
So kindergarten through 8.
Yep.
So you only had to wait until 8th grade.
See, I'm a public school kid, so kindergarten graduation, 5th grade graduation, 8th grade graduation.
Just
I don't even remember
everything.
I don't remember what I actually wore. I think it just had to be khakis and like a polo. I really think that's what I had.
Not a fan.
I see. Might not be a fan, but it's what mom picked out.
Yeah, what mom says.
But I mean, I
situation.
do agree. 8th grade, you kind of get that individuality.
Yeah,
your parents
sure.
are letting you go a little bit,
Yeah.
and you wear a t-shirt and jeans. There are those kids, and then there's the kids that dressed up like that, and their parents went, "Yeah, you tried. Okay, this is what you're going to wear."
Yeah.
I mean, I was wearing I think a button up and a tie for my 8th grade graduation as well.
Mm-hmm.
And same with high school graduation.
Yeah.
Now, college graduation was a different story. But
I never walked.
I didn't walk
I was
either.
lucky to make it there.
I
I was just happy to make it.
Didn't walk.
I never walked. I just received it in the mail.
Yeah.
The diploma in the mail, and I didn't walk. I also graduated in December of 2011.
Oh, so you were a mid-year.
I was a mid-year guy,
Gotcha.
so it wasn't kind of like
Do you regret not walking?
thinking back, because I actually don't, because my family would have
Really?
to fly out to Indiana in December.
It's expensive.
I was already ready to go home because
Yeah.
football
Oh,
season
true.
was done.
Yeah.
I knew I was getting my graduation diploma, everything. So I was like, yo, I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the last day that I had before Indiana was a riot. It was like really, really fun.
I bet it was.
However, I don't regret like staying for a few more weeks. Plus it's Christmas break. So like nobody's really there.
Yeah.
Got to pay for, another month of rent for your house. And it's like, let's just get it over with and go home.
Yeah.
And you got to sit through it. It's really long. I've gone to a few college graduations. The one at Gonzaga, I went to Gonzaga in 2018 for college graduation. It was actually a blast.
Yeah.
But-
I went to St. Mary's. It wasn't that great, but it was still fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's a fun college weekend.
Now, I was in Vegas for my graduation.
That's where you went to school.
Yeah. So it was a little crazier than that. Like, we had graduation parties at like some of the nightclubs. And like they would have a table and stuff. So that
That's
was
fun.
really cool. I convinced both my sisters to come out, and both of them were wearing the same dresses that they wore to my graduation. They're like, no, we're not in club attire. And I was like, yeah, you guys don't have a choice. You're coming out for my graduation party.
I
It's
actually
gonna be
did the
phenomenal.
UNR graduation. I had a buddy who graduated from UNR. Me and my buddy went up there for UNR, and they had like a 6 a.m. club. Go to a location, a spot at 6 a.m. You go have fun, enjoy yourself, and then you go to the graduation. That was actually pretty fun. So I'm thinking college graduations are kind of where it's at. Obviously, we're talking that. But kindergarten, 5th, 8th, you kind of got to do what mom says.
Yeah.
Do what mom says. Do what grandma says. Make sure.
High school, you kind of know by that point what you're supposed to wear. But I
Totally.
mean, we all went to private Catholic school, so we all went to the same with wearing
Yeah.
the same attire.
What they gave us.
So is high school your best dressed graduation? Like, what'd you wear to your college grad?
Just whatever I wore to the club that night. So it was it was a polo and khakis. Like I said, I was lucky to make it.
Yeah.
That's good. At least you
I
made
sat
it.
with the wrong college at first and had to move over. Because within the university, you have several colleges, like liberal arts, and then you have all like public affairs.
Yeah.
And so I saw some of the football team and I sat with them, not realizing I was sitting with the wrong college.
Yeah.
I'm looking around. I'm like, what's your major?
No, Matt, this is communications.
No, that's
Again,
I'm like, what's your
again.
major? To the girl next to me, and she's like, sociology. I was like, I am in the wrong place. And then I look back and I see my college walking in, and it's all my buddies from the football team, people I had classes with. Everyone sits down in the ceremony, and you just see me in the middle. Stand up, walk out in the middle of the aisle, and go sit in the very back.
That is so not surprising.
My family
Literally
knew
not
exactly
surprising.
where I was, though, at that point.
Shocker.
Yeah, that's a real shocker moment.
Shocker.
I mean, you
Still
being-
graduated.
Yeah, I feel
Well,
like a
that's always
graduation in Vegas would be a blast.
Oh, easy.
That'd be
Easy.
a blast.
I'd get out there like 4 days before, go golfing. You got all the festivities.
That was when the whip was still like popular. So like on stage, I got my
Oh, you whipped them.
bad.
Yeah.
Nay-nayed.
yeah. I didn't.
Nay-nay
Nay, I
and
just
the whip.
whipped hard.
Oh, you just whipped?
Yeah, I whipped hard.
Oh my gosh. That's
Wow.
so not surprising.
I walked down. My sister was like, "You act like you're a WWE wrestler, just walking down." Let's go.
It's a good way to do it. Why not?
Oh man.
My phone died. I was trying to play like a games in the back because it was taking forever. Like 90 people talking that I've never met before in my life. Trying to play, what was the game?
Yeah.
Heads Up.
Oh, heads up. Yeah.
My
Yeah.
phone died
You know
because I
what
didn't
I-
charge it from the night before.
What they could do for college graduations is you should make them shorter. Like everyone knows you're there to graduate.
Yeah.
It's a special day. A lot of people are graduating their families first time, all these different things that go into it. It's a really, really special moment, but make it shorter.
Yeah.
Make it shorter. Honor each individual. Get them in, get them out, because we all know what everyone wants to do. They want to go celebrate with their families afterwards, party, do all those things.
We did the hard work already.
Yeah, the hard work is there. It's like just cut it to an hour or 2 hours. Get the people in and out.
Yeah. I'm going to my sister's grad in June at Oregon, and they have the athletes graduation, and then
That's nice.
the students.
That's the way it should be.
So the athletes go
Yeah.
Saturday, and then the athletes can attend on the Monday
Yeah.
if they went with the rest of the school, but
Okay.
they split it up. So I'm only going to make the Saturday because Monday we got, summer ball.
yeah, yeah,
But I think that's a cool way to split it up so they'll have, just a faster procession of
yeah,
the whole thing.
100%. I agree. That's what they should do.
When my other sister, Michelle, not Therese, graduated from Fullerton, they actually separated the colleges into their own
Oh, that's cool.
section, like their own area. So you knew who you were sitting with.
Yeah.
You know who's talking.
That's cool.
And it was the limited group of who's graduating in that college. So there was several going on in the area,
Yeah.
but that one was specifically for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just gets too long. People get, they're just sitting there. It's like some people have a lot of family there. Some people don't have as much family. It's loud for one person. It's not as loud for the other person. It's like, just get it rolling. Let's get people in and out.
You always see these on TV, like back to what you wear for graduation. And like someone's always wearing like a Speedo. And like you look at the movies,
Yeah.
someone's always wearing a Speedo underneath their graduation
Yeah.
gown.
Yeah.
Like,
it's-
was
you
that
can hide it.
like, does that happen at public schools? I mean, we wouldn't know. So if any of our viewers, please let us know if you know anybody that was wearing a Speedo under or almost nothing underneath their
Yeah.
gown.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact, none of us were
Yeah.
doing that.
You can hide
That's
it.
bonkers.
You can wear pretty much whatever you want.
Yeah, I guess you could. Maybe put on some boat shoes, some Sperry's.
I do
Sperry's.
regret I didn't mess with my hair that morning. So when I took the cap off and it was
Oh my
just
gosh.
everywhere.
Everywhere.
It was bad.
Yeah.
If you don't put product in, that thing's going everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Can't relate.
You can't really. Neither can I.
Well, we like to script our podcast like a football practice, and that was our pre-practice stretching.
we got a good stretch in right
Yeah,
there.
that was a really good stretch. It's
I'm
like
sweating.
Monday after break. We're already sweating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we got a sweat going.
Now, transition, as Coach Tees will say. We are getting into Blitz on Cans. Here's a little hot topic. Now, we are football coaches, but we are also baseball fans. And one hot topic in baseball is the arm injuries that pitchers are going through right now. They're at an all-time high. Now, if you guys remember, the pitch clock was installed into the MLB. This is the second year of the pitch clock. I think they have like 30 seconds to throw the ball or something like that.
15. They got 15 seconds to throw the ball.
It's 20
and then
from the last.
20
Yeah,
if there's
something like
somebody's on base.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's two different pitch clocks.
So, in your guys' opinion, do you think that the pitch clock is contributing to arm injuries?
Yeah, we went over this a little bit with Teresa's
Yeah, we talked.
concept,
Therese did
too.
not like the pitch clock.
She didn't.
She liked the pitch clock. You were the one who went against the pitch
You
clock.
hated it. I didn't get a
No, no,
chance
You were
to talk
saying that
about
it was all the injuries.
No, I said I liked the pitch clock. Therese did not like the pitch clock. No, sorry.
No,
I think
you
it's-
said
Yeah,
you
there
didn't
you
like
go.
it.
That's
There you
right,
go,
that's
buddy.
right.
Yeah,
there you
that's
go. I
right.
was like,
Sorry.
man, I just listened the other day.
And I
Yeah.
said, we'll wait till next episode.
Got it,
yeah,
that's
you
right.
did.
Really
That's right.
delve
Yeah,
into
That's
it.
right. That's
So
right.
pitch clock wise, arm injuries, it's number one, like I said in the last one, it takes away from the game, right? I just went to the Giants game like 3 weeks ago, sat, 3 rows up from the dugout, super enjoyed it, but it was done in like 2.5 hours. Like
It's great.
I
right?
That's
I don't
great.
think I don't think that's great.
I love it.
I actually
Dude, it's
like
not a
going
round
to
of
the game.
golf.
I know, but I like going to the game. You kind of settle in, you order some
Yeah.
food, you hang out, you got really nice seats. You want to enjoy those seats for 3.5 hours. That's
Yeah.
my kind of thing. Like
My-
with it.
My rebuttal for
Yeah.
that
Tell me.
is, if you remember, what saved the home run derby?
Well, that's
How fast they had
No,
to- yeah.
because they put the home run derby on a timer.
yeah.
So it used to be the home run derby used to just be 10 outs. If you hit 10 balls, that was not a home run.
used to
that's an
take
out.
forever.
And that used to take forever, and it was a drag. And then they put it to, you get 3 minutes to hit as many home runs as you can, and it became super electric, super fun, super
Yeah.
fast paced, and that like saved the home run derby.
But that's because you're going. It's All-Star Weekend. It's fun. Like you're going for fun, and you're going for all that. Baseball games, like it's
You're not
competitive.
going for fun.
No, you're going for fun, but it's competitive. Like you're rooting for your team.
Okay.
You want to see your team win, and whatever it takes for Logan Webb, like I want him to have all the time he needs to make sure he's throwing the correct pitch.
Yes.
I want to make sure his catcher, his outfield, his infield is all aligned to where he's comfortable. And if he takes 27 seconds, bro, let him take 27 seconds to cook. I mean, that's what we're looking for. We want him to win. But like 15 seconds, it's like, it's so quick. You got to get the sign. You got to get third base sign. You got to get first base sign. You got to look at everybody. What is Bob Melvin saying? I don't know.
But you don't have to look at the signs anymore.
What do you mean?
It's communicated
All
via your
earpiece.
earpiece now.
Oh, well, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah,
Shows how much I know.
Because everything's being stolen still. So
Oh.
now the catchers have like buttons to press on the side, so they can send down what pitch they want, and it just tells them in their ear.
It's like
But it's
Morse
still
code.
super
Or
fast.
yeah,
It's still
it's like-
super fast paced.
It is fast paced, but
Like,
I'm just
it's
saying they
just-
don't need to read everything. But could you imagine, like, if you did the same for football? It's like, okay, when you break the huddle, you get 20 seconds to snap the ball. As a quarterback, you're just sitting there like, all right, this is what the defense giving me. I don't need to wait now. Like, it adds the speed up to the game.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the pitcher as a quarterback perspective.
Sure.
It's like, okay, now you're analyzing everything. How long do you need to analyze everything?
Yeah, good point.
Well, I mean, for them, they got to, there's a lot of things that go into it. I wasn't a baseball player. I was probably the worst there ever was. Like, seriously, which is why I only played till I was 6 years old. But I mean, like,
Wow.
there's so many things that go into it.
You were deemed that bad at 5.
Oh my gosh, dude. Like, I told my dad.
You didn't even try?
No, dude. I told my dad, like, I was like, Dad, I'm out. This sport is not for me. And I knew at a very young age.
Because it was too slow.
No, because I was just so bad. I was afraid of the ball, dude.
I
Like,
think
that
you
ball
could have
coming
been good.
No,
You should have
man.
waited till you're 10.
No, 10 I got
4 more years.
10 I got into football and it was kind of all over from there. I was like, this
Yeah.
is wonderful. Like baseball. But anyway, to kind of go back to our arm injuries, like
Yes.
it's so fast paced. Like, yes, I mean, how many opportunities do you have to throw a pitch, within that time frame, and then you get dinged.
Yeah.
Like, so if then you 15 seconds is up and you don't throw it, it's like, then it's a ball. It's like,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I just don't agree with it. Plus I like and I've already talked about this, I like the ambiance of the baseball game.
Yes.
I think that is the coolest part, the atmosphere. Everybody's going to the baseball game. You got people in the fans and for doing different things, but I actually do enjoy watching baseball live. like
love
at
it.
the ballpark.
Yes.
I love it.
Versus on TV.
I mean, you're
You
right.
know?
Like, is it Oracle now? Is that what the
Yep.
Giants call their stadium
Yep.
too? So Oracle, like, there's so many different things to go see in that
Totally.
place. And now with the pitch clock,
yeah.
it speeds it up. So you're like rushing your experience a little bit,
Yep.
especially if you have kids
Yep.
and you're trying to take them on the Coke bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're trying to bring them to the kids area. Like an elongated game where there's no pitch clock, you have more time to do so.
True.
And
Now,
just
speaking from somebody who doesn't have kids,
yeah.
I like that the game was going quick. I'm
Yeah.
like, cool,
Yeah.
bing, bang, boom.
Yeah.
This was a great date. We just had a great
Sure.
time.
Yeah.
We're not wasting too much time. It's not getting too cold as San Francisco
Yeah.
gets.
Oracle Park, you got to.
And
Like if you
lastly-
go in at like 3:00 game where the sun's at its highest and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden
Freezing.
it's hitting by
Yeah,
6,
true.
you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But lastly, too, and like this goes into a lot of our like other type of ballparks and atmospheres and stadiums. Like you have your baseball and football. Like give the time to the people, let's say, who are traveling out of town to go to San Francisco and see the ballpark.
Yeah.
Like that's a cool experience. When I went to the Red Sox game last summer for my buddy's wedding, like I was so mesmerized by everything. Like the park was small, like everything was so cool. Like
The history of
I
it.
got to go, up to left field and go see the Green Monster up close. I got to go to right field. I got to go, like, there's so many cool things that you want to see. And I feel like it kind of takes away because you got to, like you said, speed everything up. Like everything's got to be, at hyper
And a line
speed.
kills that.
Totally. And the line does kill that.
Okay. I'm going to say a statement to this arm injury thing, and you guys got to tell me if you agree or disagree. The absence of sticky substances that pitchers used to use are basically adding to the arm injuries more than the pitch clock. And this goes into Trevor Bauer and his mixture of rosin and sunscreen and sweat. And there's like a video of him where he just puts rosin, it's that little bag that they have on the mound, and he just puts a little sunscreen and mixes it with some sweat. And the ball, he has it right here and it doesn't move, right? So do these substance checks every 3 innings, is that more detrimental to arm health than the pitch clock?
I think that they got to keep that stuff in. I mean,
Okay.
At the end of the day, we always look at, what's aiding the certain individuals
Yeah.
and what's helping them and giving them the edge over batters and for them. I think you do have to facilitate that in some way.
Yeah.
I don't think that takes away, but there's just things that pitchers know, and that's just over years of them playing and compiling information and getting things. Like I would never know sunscreen, sweat, and moisture or
rosin
whatever,
also,
and the
yeah.
rosin would like literally make the ball
The
stick.
ball sticks to his hand and it doesn't drop.
That's
Science.
nuts. That's literally
Science.
nuts.
Yeah. Science.
It's literally crazy.
Yeah.
Like that is straight information I've never heard of
Yeah.
ever.
So-
and so you can't have that be such a integral part to your pitch, which is going to affect the spin rate. It's going to expect,
You can
if
get
you
an
throw
extra
the
2
slide.
feet on that.
That's what I'm
drop.
saying. Like you throw a 2-seam fastball. It's like works on the left edge and works all the way back to the middle. Like that's,
On the flip side of that,
yeah, tell us.
so, and then we have a strength coach here, right? So
Not specified for baseball, but yes.
with these pitchers having to use just nothing, like they always have to dry their hands because they're going to get substance checked.
Oh, yeah.
When they throw a pitch, like they will describe how many, and I don't even know, I'm not a pitcher, but without the substance, they have to use so many more muscles in their elbow because they have to grip the ball tighter.
Yep.
So, and if you're throwing like if you're DeGrom and DeGrom throws like 101 mile an hour slider and he has to grip it that much harder, that's probably why he's hurt all the time.
All the time.
Probably could be
Because I don't think your body's meant to throw a 101
Yeah.
slider
No.
without a little bit of help.
Yeah.
No.
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
I mean, it's the same thing like you're saying. You're constantly working on forearm strength, wrist strength, and hand strength, and just working that all the way through. But then at some point, you're going to get tendonized in your elbow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
should
mean,
they
it's-
keep the sticky stuff in the game?
I don't think you
I
can.
can't say
I
you
think it's
can't outlaw it in my eyes. I mean, how are you going to allow the batters to use it for their bat
Yeah.
to allow them to hold on to that?
but they
and
got
not let it
gloves.
slip?
They have gloves.
True. And then they still put rosin
Well, I mean,
on the gloves,
yeah.
on the bat
Yeah, they
to
do.
have
Yeah.
extra grip.
that
So, I
pine
mean,
tar.
if they're getting that
Yeah,
extra
the
grip
pine
to
tar,
hold
yeah.
on to that bat,
Yeah.
why can't a pitcher? I understand we're
I
trying
think-
to talk about the injury in this.
I think
aspect.
that's because it affects the ball and the pitch so
It
much.
does,
Like you
every
throw
single-
they throw
You're
the ball in the
going to.
dirt.
Yeah.
Like that ball's out.
Yeah.
The ball's done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
Yeah.
I think there's more on the pitch rather than on the bat because like these guys are literally they're just holding the bat and like they're swinging which is, by the way, you have like 0.04 milliseconds to like react, which is already tough enough. So then you're giving the pitchers more of I guess an out or whatever to throw a better pitch.
I just think we're seeing a lot of these injuries just from the development of the game and the whip action that you're seeing out of these elbows. I mean,
that's true.
We're improving the science behind it and showing if you put it at this angle, if you put it at that angle, it's going to drop this much more. Are you worried about your health and the longevity of it? Or are you worried about the 2 extra feet that you're getting on a slider, on a curveball that's going to get you interest and paid?
Yeah.
True.
It's just guys are stronger, powerful, and I don't know. The arm injuries are just going to constantly just as the pitchers get stronger and need to keep their speed going and throwing 100 miles an hour consistently to get a batter and get an extra 2 feet drop or a 101 slider. The further we push this game, the more injuries are going to come. Just like in football, the faster this game becomes and the stronger it comes, the more injuries are going to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just athletics in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep pushing the limit.
Well, that's what you got to do to be the best.
I know.
You literally got to push the limits to be the best.
It's like we talked about with LeBron. He's been very healthy through his career for all these years. It's pretty impressive for him to be able to have that longevity through NBA basketball season since
That's insane.
Well, and you look at soccer players too. I mean, I don't even know soccer, but him and Ronaldo spend $1 million a year
just
plus
their bodies.
on their bodies. Yeah.
Just the TB12 method's almost impossible unless you have
If you have money.
the money.
Yeah, you need money.
So.
Yeah. Well, that wraps up our Blitz on Cans, where the Blitz gets home every single time. Now we're going to get into the meat of our practice plan. We are going to good on good. We are keeping it with a little bit of baseball, but this episode is called Rollin the Dice. And the face of the MLB right now is Shohei Ohtani.
Oh, dude, at least, yes.
Like, he is probably... He's got to be one of the best baseball players of all time I've ever seen, talent-wise, whatever. He's under a lot of controversy right now, currently under investigation for some funds mysteriously exiting his bank account, getting into a bookie's bank account, his translator taking the fall. I'm going to read off a little bit of a timeline here of what is going on, and we're going to discuss and we're going to talk about it. Okay? Ohtani first signs with the Los Angeles Angels. Okay. He meets Mizuhara, his translator, who is an American, who also speaks the language. Okay. Mizuhara meets this SoCal bookie named Boyer in 2021 at a poker game and begins to place bets with him on a line of credit. Mizuhara's tab gets to over $1 million by 2022 with this bookie, and they're playing underground poker games.
Damn.
By 2023, his tab gets up to $4 million, and this is documented that he asks Shohei for help. According to Mizuhara, Ohtani had no clue that the money he transferred was going to a bookie. In January 2024, the feds raid Boyer's home, the bookie who we brought up earlier, and they found Ohtani's name on a bunch of these wire transfers in Boyer's home. Okay? Wow. What do we think is Ohtani? What's going on here, guys? Those are some facts.
You or me?
I don't.
Because I'm thinking that his translator's taking the fall for Ohtani. In my eyes, I think, I mean, your buddy doesn't ask you for $4 million or someone you know, and you don't know where that money is going. I know he's making a crap ton of money. Like, don't get me wrong. Sponsorships and everything that he's making. I think he's the one they're helping him get away with it. Because, dude, who's going to rack up $4 million in underground poker? Which means who's going to be that competitive? Someone who's great at their sport. Yeah. Look at another one who's a competitive person and great at their sport who was just a compulsive gambler, Michael Jordan. I mean, these guys are just trying to compete in different ways, and they're obviously not that good if he keeps losing and he's at $4 million.
He sucks at poker, by the way.
I'm hoping just for Major League Baseball that nothing else comes up for Ohtani, and it literally is all his translator. Because that just opens the Pete Rose door. It opens the Pete Rose door, bro. Like, and I want to see the best in Ohtani, and I mean, don't get me wrong, like the guy's phenomenal at baseball, and baseball would suffer without him.
Yes,
like you see all these kids.
Yeah.
Like I went to the Giants game, like I said, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and there's Ohtani jerseys for little kids, and they weren't even playing the Dodgers.
Yeah.
When I was there.
Yeah.
And it's like they love this guy.
Yeah.
They worship this guy. The people where he's from love him. Everybody loves him.
National hero.
Seriously. And I like watching him. The guy is so legit to watch play baseball.
Yeah.
I mean, he pitches. I mean, he's got an injury right now, so he can't pitch. But
I was
like
about to ask, does he still pitch? But
he doesn't pitch
he's
this
out.
year.
Next year he'll pitch.
He'll pitch next year. So he pitches. He hits for like 300. He hits bombs.
Dingers.
Like anytime somebody's on base, he's getting them in, or people are pitching around him.
Yeah.
I mean,
He can run too.
He can run. He can
He's
steal
fast.
bases.
Yeah.
He's a 5-tool guy,
5-tool.
and he's so good for baseball. So I'm hoping that it is his translator, and I'm hoping it has nothing to do with him, and I hope it's just him helping out his boy. Like, but Maddie, you brought up a great.
That's a really good boy.
That's a
homie.
large sum of dough.
Yeah, to not know where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say like, okay, well, he just got 800 million. He's all these sponsors. Like he's
800,
literally,
I get that. But
4 million probably doesn't mean anything to him, but
yeah, but it's still $4 million.
That's still $4 million.
$4 million.
And he seems like a humble enough guy to.
By the
not
way,
just
he
blow
also
off
speaks
$4 million.
English,
I know he doesn't.
which
need
is
chance.
wild to me that he has a translator still. So I guess that was his his boy.
Yeah.
Like they were just boys or whatever.
I think it's like dugout English though. Like he kind of gets.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's more of the slang.
Like when he goes to
Yeah.
a press conference, he probably doesn't feel comfortable enough.
It could be,
You know
but
what I mean?
I've read that he speaks English. It's like,
Dude, there's so many guys that use a translator from the Giants that clearly spoke English, but they were just like, I'm too tired after this. Like Melky Cabrera
Yeah.
was
yeah.
like the number
He
one
spoke
guy.
English.
Like, dude, I've heard you speak English
Yeah.
in interviews.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
are you talking to Amy G with this translator? He was
Yeah.
just like, I'm out.
yeah, he just doesn't.
You can say something.
The UFC fighters with all the translators, and it's like they're just like, "Go UFC," and then the translator comes in and he's
Yeah.
like, "What he really meant was,
I just knocked him out.
yeah, exactly. Like third round, this is what we knew we were coming."
Yeah.
and he could have said it the whole time, but
Yeah.
he just, I don't know, he's gassed.
But yeah, I
He
think
got punched in the face too much.
I think it's something along the lines of how competitive you are and being the best in your sport. You're looking for something else to compete in.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan was looking, all right, well, I'm kind of dominating in basketball. What can I get a little competitive nature for? Show it. Obviously, I'm pitching like a madman. I'm hitting like a madman. Where's my next, my itch?
yeah,
So, part 2 of this, and you guys already brought up Pete Rose, and we've already brought up, how great of a guy Shohei is and his face and image. There is some digging that has been done, and I'm going to read you a thread of just some facts. We can connect the dots as we go, but I just got to read off some facts. Okay. On July 22nd, 2022.
wow, real facts,
Yes.
like dates.
Dates.
Oh man,
A bet of $1 million was placed for the Atlanta Braves to score over 6.5 runs against the LA Angels, parlayed with Braves minus 3.5. The bet was placed with a bookie in Mizusawa, Shohei Ohtani's hometown. The pitcher for the Angels that day, Shohei Ohtani. The stats for Shohei that day were as followed: 6.1 innings pitched, 6 hits, 6 earned runs, and 1 walk. At the plate, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts looking. Was he throwing this game?
damn.
Part 2.
All three
part two.
were
Oh,
looking,
part 2.
huh?
Part 2.
2 were looking.
No.
He had
0
2
for-
2 strikeouts.
0 for 3 with 2
looking.
strikeouts.
Okay.
On
Looking.
4th of July, 2023, a bet was placed in the same hometown with the same bookie for $4.2 million on the over for the Padres run total. Guess who was pitching that day?
Shohei.
Shohei Ohtani. He goes 5 innings pitched, 5 earned runs, goes 0 for 3. Day 3, 10 days later, a $10 million bet was placed. Same bookie, same town, a parlay with plus 2,500 odds. Astros minus 1.5, Astros over 6.5, Shohei over 4.5 runs allowed, Shohei under 6.5 strikeouts. Game total over 11.5. Shohei's line for that day: 6 innings pitched, 9 hits, 5 earned runs, allowed 2 home runs. Shohei goes 1 for 5 at the plate.
I'll tell you this right now.
Wow.
Fellas, what are we looking at right
How
now?
bad are these guys at gambling that they're still $4 million in debt and they're still putting $10 million bets down and winning?
Oh
Like,
my
how bad are
gosh.
these guys on the rest of them? You know?
Did I just blow your minds or what?
This
No,
is
it goes
all,
back to
I've
exactly
never
what I
seen
said.
any of this or heard this or even looked into any of this. So I don't know. You're kind of like spitting facts right now, and I'm literally kind of just like,
Not
oh
kinda, he
my
is.
goodness.
He
Oh
is.
my
No, yeah,
God.
you are spitting fire.
Dropping bombs right now. That's Twitter
Oh,
threads
man.
going wild.
Like, what's going through your mind? Initial thoughts.
It's
What
for
the heck?
sure a thing. I mean, he's for sure throwing his games. Like, how are
You're
you
saying just for sure he's guilty.
I mean, you gotta. The only part that I would consider is like, okay, is he so focused on his pitching game that he's not focused on his hitting? But also at the same time, these are games where he's getting roped on the mound,
And I will say
he's
this.
not roping. And so you would think as a pitcher, I'm gonna get back. Like, this is where I can make my money. I got to get back these runs for my team. I
Yeah.
mean, Madison Bumgarner used to.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
just
he
used
did.
to rake.
Yeah, he did.
And he would take it out. Like, I gave up a run. I'm pissed when I come up to the when I come up to the plate. To go looking, and you know the box as a pitcher, you're staring at that batter's box the whole time, and you know where the frame is.
Yeah, he does.
To then come in as a pitcher and watch two, or several for that matter.
Yeah.
You
I
have
go
to keep in
back
mind
to what he's saying.
he won the MVP that year, and this was
Yeah.
so under the radar that who the heck
Dang.
would have detected it?
For me, I'm thinking like, okay, so I'm just thinking questions in my head. Like, when did the runs occur? So I know we don't have, I don't know.
I don't have the
I know you
exact.
don't
I don't have the
Second
stat
inning.
line.
So,
So,
he
yeah.
gave him up early.
Yes. Was it super
Yeah.
early in the game, or was it like fifth, sixth inning? Like he kind of got touched up like early, and then
Maybe he's
kinda-
that good. Like,
Like-
I'll just, you hit a run.
Yeah, like,
here.
well, I want this to
I
go to
do-
left field. Here you go.
I do
Nice.
believe
Good
that
hit,
that
buddy.
guy is that good.
He
Like,
is.
I
He
literally
is.
do believe he is that good.
Yeah.
So I feel like he's in the realm of kind of like, I can throw what I want. I know it's going to work. Like he's also, I mean, also Braves last year or that year were really good.
That is
Like
true.
their lineup is hella
is
good.
true.
Astros lineup is hella good also. And then what was the other game? It was Astros, it was Braves, and it was the
Yeah. So Braves, Padres.
Padres. Also another good lineup.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know,
Padres against the Giants is a good lineup.
no, the
Not against
Padres.
Shohei.
Padres that year, they had
They did it.
Tatis, they had
Yes.
Manny Machado, they had
2022?
Soto.
Not last year.
This was
2022, they still had those guys.
Yeah,
or
they did.
2023, they had those guys.
Yeah.
So he's not throwing against like bums, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
Well, but also it's very, coincidental that they just happened.
He's
Yeah.
not throwing against bums.
The reality of the situation is, shout out, y'all know who you are for the reality of the situation, our guy. But it's, it is, I don't know, that's dicey.
That
You're walking the line right there.
Dicey.
Stand on the line. Stand on some business,
Oh
Jeff.
my
How you
gosh.
feel, JT?
Standing on business.
Stand
how do
on
I
some business.
feel?
I'm saying Shohei through those games.
Well, that is a pattern. We always try and look at patterns, right? When we're
I
coaching.
feel it didn't work on some games that he tried, and that's why they also are $4 million in debt.
Oh my goodness, that's tough. That is really.
I mean,
really tough.
this is. I mean, I think to the public, they're saying that the translator took it over,
Yeah.
but or took the he was the one doing the gambling.
Yeah.
But this kind of thing is what the MLB is currently investigating.
Gosh, that's tough, dude. I don't even know
Like-
how I feel, but I'm still kind of mind blown with the actual facts that are backed by it. So that's dicey and spicy.
I appreciate him. I separate the talent from the character.
Absolutely, have to.
Absolutely respect him as a baseball player. He bets, he gambles. If he throws a game, that's on his
That's bad.
morality.
That's bad.
Throwing games is
Yeah.
bad. Betting
You're
on
a bad teammate.
another
Your ethical
team.
questions, Maddie. That's your
Yeah.
ethical questions.
I mean, the Angels suck anyway, though. He might as well make 20 mil off of
That's
losing.
true. That is
But he
very
doesn't
good.
need it.
Yeah,
He's at 800 million.
But that was just this last year.
Before
You
the
know what I'm saying?
contract.
Though. Like he's fine.
Well,
Anyway,
I don't know. Homie's getting paid, but dang.
translator, highest paid translator
That
in the
is some-
world,
that is
Craig,
some-
in the world.
In the world, Craig.
Not the, not just the city,
not
Craig.
the-
No, not the world, Craig. The nation. The nation.
Tell us what movie that is in the comments.
We'll make a TikTok reel.
All right. I think we're good on good. Wow, that was pretty good. Good.
Some good stuff.
Good,
Good
on
stuff.
good with more good.
We're getting into the play the game. We are we're getting into it. We're over here. We're not promoting gambling, but we will be playing Guess the Spread. It is making a return to Sideline Warnings.
I love Guess the Spread.
Yes.
I think it's fun.
So I'm going to give
Not
these guys historical matchups that actually happened. So I think Jeff did it one time where they would be hypothetical matchups. I'm actually doing real historic matchups to see if you guys remember how those games went. I have some video to pull up, and it's your guys' job to try to recall what the spread is of that game. Okay? So,
Do we need notepads and
yeah,
whiteboards?
I guess you
want
could.
it.
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect.
Don't be scared to write this down. All right?
Love it. Thank you, Maddie.
First game that we are going to delve into, one of the all-time classics, 2006, Texas versus USC, the Natty.
Oh, I watched this game live. This is fun.
Oh,
Absolutely.
I love this game. This play still to this. I remember
Oh my
exactly
God,
where I
remember
was.
watching
Yep.
this
I was a
too.
senior in high school.
Yep.
I was watching this game, and I saw this play,
I knew he was going to
and
run.
I was like, "How in the world?" I'm like, I'm a high school football player, and I know that Vince Young is keeping the ball.
Yeah.
I was also like chilling on the couch, and I was also rooting for Texas.
I wasn't.
You were going for USC?
I was rooting for SC. I love that team that they had together. We talked about this earlier in the podcast.
But let's talk about the play when they had 4th and 1 and Lendell White got stopped.
Yep.
Like, how do you not give the ball to Reggie Bush?
Yeah, I know.
Like, bro, like Lendell. Okay, I get it. Lightning and Thunder. I
It
get
was
it.
an OC outthinking himself. Everyone's going
Bro.
to expect. Agree. Everyone's expecting it,
gosh.
still giving the ball. Everyone knew Vince Young was going to run that, and he still did. Stop him. You know. What's your question?
What's the spread of the game?
What was the
06.
spread of the game? I have the answer.
You have the answer. I think it's USC minus 6.5.
I got mine. Oh, whoops. I put that the other way. Whoops.
I don't even
I wanna
remember.
write
I was
this bigger.
like I said, I was a senior in high school. I
I'm going to
don't.
write this bigger.
For those of you guys at home who do not know, the minus sign goes to the team that is favored, and the number is how many points they are favored to win by.
Mm-hmm.
So Matt believes that USC was favored to win the game by 4 points, or 3.5, at least by 3.5 points.
Yep.
And I got SC minus 6.5.
They were favored by more than a field goal.
I thought that
And
was a
you
touchdown.
said they were just basically a touchdown.
Yeah.
And the answer is minus 7.5 USC.
Well done, Jeff.
Dang.
Good job.
Wow, they were that big. I mean,
They were
I
that
understood
big.
back to back.
Yep.
Leinart
Dang.
was the
Liner,
Heisman the year
yeah.
before. Reggie
Yep.
was that year.
Well, remember who the receiver was? He was a first-round draft pick.
Oh my gosh,
Mike Williams.
Mike Williams.
Oh, yeah.
starting
He
free
was,
safety.
dude, he was no, the receiver.
No, I'm talking, and then I was focusing on their defense. Taylor Mays, Brian Cushing, Clay
Oh, bro, they
Matthews,
were so
Ray
stout on
Maluga.
defense. They had actually the Ting brothers also
yes.
started on that. They
Yes.
have their own deal.
Yeah.
The Tings have their.
Shout out RNA.
They have, they
shout,
have
out,
their thing.
shout out
They
RNA
were,
and Dr. Ting.
yeah, Dr. Ting. They had their thing.
That's right.
All right, 1 point, Jeff.
Attaboy, JT. He's up
It's not
1 point.
fair. He was a senior. I was a freshman. I feel like Elijah.
I was chilling on the couch watching
Game 2, the
gosh.
2013 Iron Bowl.
I remember.
Number 1 Alabama versus number 4 Auburn.
This is 2013.
Yes.
2013 Iron Bowl. Oh man. Well, I do know that like I don't even recall this either. I remember watching this, but I do know that home teams always get some type of nod and edge, especially in the SEC.
Yeah, Auburn
Like
at home.
those like that's wild.
I was in my living room watching this game with my parents. It was like, I think, Thanksgiving
Oh my
break.
gosh, dude, I love the commentator, dude.
I know. And he died in a car. Him and his wife in a car accident.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so sad.
Commentator died.
Spread.
Now, I remember where I was. 2013, 8th grade.
That wasn't
Thanksgiving
Cam
break.
Newton's team.
No, I think it was
No,
the year after Cam
you're
Newton
right after.
graduated.
Oh, you were
I
right
think
after
so.
Cam Newton. Okay,
Cam
got
already
it.
left.
Yeah.
Oh, because Cam beat him the year before at Bama, and they were down like 28-7 at half or 21-7.
Something like that.
God.
Recall's
'Cause I
crazy.
remember it.
I'm gonna
Like,
go.
number 14 was at quarterback.
I'm gonna go Bama
Yep.
minus 2.5.
Wow.
Wow. You got to remember who Bama was that year.
I know
Yeah.
exactly who Bama was, but you're also playing on the road at Auburn. And
I'm still saying
Show the cameras what you guys got. The correct answer is Bama minus 9.5.
I was so close.
You were-
Are we playing
they were
Prices
favored.
Right rules? Am I
still gotta
over? Do I
explain.
not count? Do I win?
So
because I'm
over
closest?
doesn't. I think we'll just go.
I will go closest.
Closest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Closest
you got to
to it.
remember, Bama at that time, they're undefeated. They were rolling everybody in the SEC.
One might even say roll tide. They were rolling.
They were rolling.
The tide was rolling.
Oh.
Have you guys seen that new Bama guy though with Drewski? And he's like,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
give a
I don't-
piss about the
nothing
tide.
but the tide.
Well,
baby.
he's been around for a while. Saban just
Has
never
he?
let him around the team because he
I
wanted
would-
a full business aspect.
Well, I
Bauer was
wouldn't-
like, let's bring the culture, baby.
I wouldn't bring that guy around the team either, but that guy is phenomenal.
wouldn't bring Drewski around the
You know
team.
what the best part of that is
I'd bring
that
Drewski around the team.
that guy probably has no clue that Drewski's just acting, and he probably thinks that Drewski is an actual Roll Tide fan. Like he probably thinks like, oh, another
this
Roll
guy's
Tide
legit.
fan,
Dude,
even though Drewski's totally making fun of him.
yeah, that guy is funny.
All right, next one. I don't have a video for this one,
Okay.
but 2003 Fiesta Bowl, number 1 Miami versus number 2 Ohio State. The final score was Ohio State 31 to 24. Of the 43 players who started in the game, 37 of them were NFL draft picks. Of the 100 players who played in the game, 58 went on to play in the NFL.
Oh my gosh.
Now, if you guys remember this game, there was a controversial pass interference
Correct.
in overtime.
Yes. Craig Krenzel threw
Wait,
to
I'm sorry, say this game.
Yes,
This
this
is
is
the two teams in the year again.
Miami, Ohio State,
03.
2003.
and the controversial pass interference was Krenzel to CJ Gamble or something
Yes.
like that.
Yep. Yep.
03.
I know that's some serious knowledge.
Chris
Didn't
Gamble
graduate
started
eighth
on both
grade yet.
offense and defense.
Like,
Phenomenal.
Elijah, were you alive?
I was 3 years old.
Dude,
2003 G Unit, right? Something like that.
no.
50 Cent.
We know what you mean, but stop. Anyways,
G-U-Net. That was wild. It was
Spread.
a wild time.
versus Ohio State.
I'm going to say,
Can you tell me the starting quarterback for Ohio State was that year?
yeah, Craig Krenzel. And the starting quarterback for the Miami Hurricanes was Ken Dorsey, who just got fired as the Bills OC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go Miami minus 13.5.
Dude, can you not say it out loud? I was going to put mine.
03, I was a freshman.
Okay. Maddie, Miami -8. JT, Miami.
13.5.
You guys are gonna have to do the math because it's Miami -12.
I hit.
Closer.
I won.
Pretty
It's
close.
1.5. What's the math?
Oh, yeah, I
there?
forgot you're not the math guy.
You're supposed to be the math
I'm
guy. Like,
All right, now for our last one, you see the Toon Squad jerseys
Yep.
that we have on. I don't know the answer to this, but we're gonna try to figure it out. If you had to choose, what was the spread for the Monstars versus the Toon Squad? Mind you, the Monstars blew a 66-18 lead at halftime, and I think they lost 79-78. Now, if you guys want to see the Monstars roster, they were aliens possessed by Gary Payton, Reggie Miller, Scottie Pippen, Charles Barkley, and Patrick Ewing. And then, you know, the Toon Squad, Lola Bunny, Porky Pig, Daffy Duck, Tweety, and of course, Michael Jordan.
The spread of that
There's
game.
no right answer because I don't know, and I don't know if anyone knows, but we're going to discuss it.
Minus 31.25. I don't even know. if
Is that a
that's-
thing?
I don't think that's.
is the
I don't-
Monstars a thing?
No, 31.25?
That's not even real.
In case they do, you know, Bugs Bunny might shoot a half point.
I'm
Try
gonna
to look for a
go.
quarter. You never know what's going to happen.
I'm gonna go
in Toonland.
Monstars minus 40 on the nose. Monstars minus 40 on the nose.
I don't like Jeff's notebook. It's very scattered.
I know that's just the way I take notes. Like
Explain.
my thoughts are.
Are
scattered.
you?
Also, Elijah, I'm pretty sure it was Muggsy Bogues, Larry
was.
Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah, they were there too.
No,
Right?
Patrick Ewing.
I think Patrick
Ewing?
Ewing,
Charles Barkley.
Charles
Charles
Barkley,
Barkley.
and
Who's the tall white
Sean
guy?
Bradley.
Reggie Miller
Sean
was
Bradley.
for sure there.
No, he was not.
No, Reggie Miller was not on.
He was not?
No.
No, I'm pretty sure.
No.
If I go back in time, it's Muggsy.
Muggsy was that
Oh,
point guard.
Muggsy,
It's
yeah,
Sean, It's Sean Bradley,
Sean Bradley was the tall, lanky blue
Larry
one.
Johnson, Charles Barkley,
Was
and
the
Patrick
purple one.
Ewing.
Oh, yeah.
Charles Barkley was orange.
Ewing.
Yes.
Ewing was purple.
Yes.
No, green.
Was he the biggest one?
No,
Are they all
Charles
kinda
Barkley
big?
was orange.
Yeah, Charles
100%.
Barkley was Ewing. Yeah.
Sean Bradley was green. Muggsy
So-
Bogues was the shortest one.
What are we going with?
We don't have an answer because
We don't have an answer.
But
We'll
I'm going with
let,
minus
we'll let
40.
everybody else decide.
You guys decide for us.
Dude, just saying. But when was the spread made? Before they touched the basketball and got all those powers, and there was a short little like gremlin looking things?
Put it this way. You never bet against Michael Jordan
Yeah, that's a great
in
point. Jason
literally
Hardy said
anything.
that, quote,
Jason did
unquote.
tell us that today.
Jason Hardy literally said, never bet against a guy who's never lost
It's
a
facts.
championship game.
And they
Big
lost.
facts.
They blew the lead. So embarrassing.
Yeah, you guys let us know in the comments what you all think.
Please.
What your spread is. Who do you think MVP of the game is that's not Michael Jordan?
It's Bill Murray, obviously.
Dude, you know.
Oh, yeah, he's in that movie too. All right, we're done with Play the Game. We're getting to Scout Team. Another fun topic, but we're getting kind of real here. We're over here talking about gambling. You got Prize Picks. We have DraftKings. Why is it so advertised, and why is it so accepted now? Like, I know we're kind of adding fuel to the fire by doing this episode, but there's like lines on ESPN. You
Yeah.
see what team's favored. You see the odds and what bets can be placed and all these promotions.
Yeah.
And then if you go back like 10, 20 years ago, it was
At
so
least
not talked about. Like,
so
you
not
could
talked
not
about.
talk about it.
Accessibility?
I mean,
It's so much easier to place a bet now on that.
And I think because
Before, it was
people
like,
get a cut now,
right?
Yeah.
the government.
yeah, it's true. Like, you look at all of it, it's like the DraftKings, like you got like the guys on TNT, right? Like you're going to see all the basketball games.
Yeah.
Like you got Charles's parlays, Kenny the Jets parlays.
Yeah.
Like
It seems kind of
It's-
forced.
it's-
part of the game.
it's part of it now. Like this is the new culture that we live in, and it's becoming like part of what they want. Like gambling itself is like is over $1 billion industry.
Sure.
Like it's over. So now the fact that they're promoting it, it's on ESPN. You're seeing it all the time. Like it really makes it kind of tough to not know these things. And like, just seeing it, like I said, every day, it's a daily occurrence. Like you're looking at it, you see, oh, this is the spread. It's 3.5. This is the spread. Here's the money line. Oh, there's in-game parlays. Oh, there's all these different things. It's getting promoted so much.
So much more. Advertised so much more.
And there, we do it now. We do the Instagram reels and the YouTubes and all these things now that we're so new to. But like, you look at all the people who are posting, like that come up on your feed, like for all the kids these days and for all the, adults like us, like you're seeing it so much more. And it's like, oh my gosh, this guy made turned $100 into like $38,000. And the fact on DraftKings and sports, what's the other one? The FanDuel. Yeah. DraftKings and FanDuel. They give you the opportunity to cash out early. So it's like, okay, $100 bet pays $400,000. Like the odds on that is bonkers.
Yeah.
But now it's like, if you get close,
Yeah.
you can cash out at $100,000.
Yep.
So all you got to do is put yourself in the situation once.
Yep.
And you're a winner necessarily, but then also promotes the fact that you can continue to do it and do it and do it and hoping that you do it again, which we all know it's usually not the case. But I don't know. I really wish they stemmed away from it. I wish it wasn't as much of a part of the ESPNs now and the
Super
ABCs.
mainstream.
And, Live Golf. I watch Live Golf. Like we talked about that in one of our episodes. And it's like, they have it. And it's like, oh, Bryson DeChambeau to birdie this hole is plus 700. It's like,
I don't know if I like it.
I don't personally agree with it. I don't think it's something that, should be promoted. I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's something that you should be actively seeking from the big, but they're also getting a cut like you mentioned, so
just accessibility. Before, like there were all these prop bets. They've always been around, but you had to go to a certain place to do it. Coming from California, it was always, we had to go to Reno or we had to go to Vegas or even
Tahoe,
further to go out.
whatever.
So, it was limited in what we could do as far as how much we could put down. Prop bets have been a thing forever. NBA prop bets of how much Jordan was going to go over. That's been a thing. I don't know if you saw the one that just recently happened. Someone got a steal from the Timberwolves right at the last play against Jokic, and there was like 0.5 for their steals, and Jokic just drops the ball, says good
grabs it.
jab, and the guy picks it up and they're like, boom, hit it.
It hit.
It hit for 0.3 with like 3 seconds left in the game, and it's like, damn.
Yeah.
Who puts these down? That line never would have been there in a gambling, in a book, in a, why am I drawing a blank on how to say these? In a sports book.
Yeah.
It would never have dropped.
Yeah.
But there's so many more available lines now
Yeah.
with the apps
Yeah.
that it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's so much harder.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, again, availability is the same reason we ask, why are teenagers getting a hold of these things? Availability.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More common.
Well, to wrap up practice, we always do some gassers. For those of you guys who do not know, gassers is a form of conditioning that happens after practice. You just run back, forth on the sideline. That's one gasser. We say that it is nourishment, not punishment.
We love gassers.
Linemen don't.
Linemen don't. We don't.
Make sure you touch the line, by the way. Just a quick nourishing fact about it. When
No
you're
coach
doing
watching.
when you're doing your conditioning after practice, make sure you touch those lines.
Yeah, touch the line.
Touch the line, man.
Go past the line.
Go past the line.
Make everybody happy.
It's completely bogus when kids don't touch the line.
Coach watchers.
Or college players or NFL guys.
In college, you
or
don't run
whoever.
gassers.
Yeah, you do. My college ran gassers.
Wow.
We also were 1-11.
Well,
So maybe you shouldn't run gassers.
Maybe we should ran more. We went 2-11 my senior year.
no gassers got you one more win.
Oh man.
There's a consensus.
Junior
But today,
year, we did well, but we'll go over that later.
Yeah.
for our gassers, we're going to talk about gambling's effect on sports and people. Is it good or bad for athletes? Is it good or bad for spectators? And is it good or bad for kids who are watching?
Bad for athletes, great for spectators, terrible for kids.
Terrible.
There you go. I agree.
Bad for athletes because they're getting their mind out of their game and out of their focus of what they're having to compete in that said day. As a spectator, it makes the game more enjoyable.
Way more.
Especially if you aren't a fan of the team, you have more dice in the game. Like, right, you're not watching the Giants play. You're now watching the Dodgers and the Padres play.
When doing it responsibly.
Yes.
Right, doing it responsibly. It
Which
makes
we're
it more
not promoting
enjoyable.
either. We're not
We're not
promoting,
promoting
any of this.
that.
College football, it gives you another reason to watch the game other than, oh, I love football. Oh, I love basketball. Oh, I love baseball. I love so-and-so. It gives you like, now you're really involved. You're like, come on, get that first down. Let's go. We got to drive here. Put it together, coach.
Yep.
So as a spectator, now as a kid, you're focusing on the wrong things. Instead of focusing on getting the best outcome you possibly can, you're looking for the minimum output that you can put to get that bet,
Yeah.
to show that everybody was wrong.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
where I stand.
I agree with it. I agree with Maddie. Like athletes, it shouldn't be a part of your daily.
What about betting on other sports though?
I just think that
Not during
when you I think you should just be involved in what you're doing. It's a distraction. It kind of takes you away from what you're doing. Spectators, I can't hate on that. I think it's, for the spectator, I think it adds to the game and what we talk about. And, you make it fun amongst your buddies. Like, maybe like, you got 10 guys going in and, you're all rooting for the same thing and it makes it more fun. And you're at a bachelor party and it's, it's one of those things. And it's like, yeah, let's go, team or whatever team you're picking. And then for kids, it's just, I don't condone it. I don't think it's something that should be a part of their, it's really, it's starting too young and it's just something that you should not
Bad
do.
habits started early.
Yeah. So, I mean,
They're looking at the games for the wrong reason.
yeah. Whereas it like, it's supposed to be fun and enjoyable and you should be able to, have action when you're of age and you can do it and have the enjoyment of it. But like, focus on what you're doing and enjoy being a kid and, let that stuff all comes.
I mean,
like for all the kids out there and that watch our stuff, like all the stuff that you want to do, like my advice would be don't grow up too fast. I wish I could be 18 again sometimes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, you just have like, there's so much, you got going and you don't have the stresses of life and you can be a kid and enjoy yourself and you don't have bills and you don't have all these things. It's like, I'd love to just sometimes wake up in the morning and be like, oh man, I'm going to go to school and I got practice and I don't have to worry about all these different things,
So nice.
So, and it is
Damn it,
nice.
I have homework too.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta get this
like,
done.
That's like the biggest stressor or like you got to go hit a workout. Like
I got to pay my rent.
yeah,
Oh,
like
God.
all those things, like they happen. So,
But I have to
go for
say,
it.
like, I mean, from a professional betting standpoint, where you're putting odds and
Mm-hmm.
all that difference in like point differential. But now between two friends, like I bet the Suns are going to beat the Timberwolves, and you're like, no, they won't. And it's like $50 between two friends. I mean,
Yeah, that's fun.
that's
fun.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when you're actually using a bookie, and
that's
using
all.
points and then
Sure.
the spread,
Yeah.
you're getting too serious about it. You're not enjoying it.
Yeah, it should be there for enjoyment. It should be there for you to
So
kinda
kids,
just-
don't gamble.
Yeah, it's not good.
Well, everybody bring it up on the SW. That is another episode of Sideline Warnings. Thank you for tuning in. As always, follow us on all platforms: YouTube, X, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
Shout out to my Applers.
We got merch out there.
iHeartMusic.
We have a T-shirt.
Shout out to our merch. I think we will link some of this in
We
the
got a
description.
T-shirt.
We got a shirt.
We got a shirt.
We got more coming. We're cooking.
We're talking T-shirts.
We're talking T-shirts,
And that's all we're talking right now.
That's it.
We're working on
but it's there.
So
It's
buy
there.
something.
Get something, and
Wear
we'll
it.
have more.
wear something, buy something, get something, wear something.
Sideline Warnings. Signing off.
We out.
See ya.